Lee, happy with that tonight?
Yeah, I think in the end, in the overall, we had opportunities to win it, don't get me wrong, but so did Woking. I think it would have been harsh on either team to lose the game. We felt a little bit of grief coming in 1-0 down at half time, just a little bit of slackness for their goal, but we created enough opportunities in that first half to score ourselves. Wasn't to be, but credit to the lads again. They really have been up against it in relation to numbers. There's probably lads there that played the full 90 that ideally, if we had more bodies, then we'd been able to make substitutes. So a lot of credit to them, one for the mental side of it and hauling themselves back from a goal deficit, and it was a good second half performance that went out there. A little bit of rub of the green right at the end when they hit the post, but I think we've deserved that.
And your bright opening didn't yield a goal, unfortunately, and that put you on the back foot when Woking had their little spell.
Yeah, I think the last couple of games we've talked about the amount of opportunities we've been creating, which has been really, really pleasing, a real positive. We've not been able to take them, and luckily enough today, a little bit of pinball for the goal. Liam bounced it in, bounced it back, bounced it in, bounced it back, but showed a lot of composure to go and finish it in the top corner as well there. So frustrating that we're not able to take some of these opportunities, but hopefully it means that somebody's going to take a sore one over the next 2 or 3 weeks.
And like you say, Liam Waldock, good for him, struggled for game time early on with the injury, and when he's been fit, he's been a little bit in and out, but and obviously on the bench today, but comes on and makes an impact.
Yep, he's started a few games recently, he's dropped out, Frankie's come back in again. He's been fighting over that injury. Last pre-season game, I think, which missed the first few weeks of the season. Come in, form's been up and down. Delighted for him. Yeah, it was a great finish in the end, and I think it was delighted for the lad, but delighted for I think he was delighted for his teammates as well, as much as anybody. So no, great goal.
Only on the pitch, sadly, because of Zach Mills' misfortune once again. It looks like another hamstring injury. Too early to tell how bad?
Doesn't look good, but as you say, I don't want to say too much about it because we need to just get a little bit more information about it. It's not ideal. I think the rest of the players need a pat in the back from that as well, because that's a hammer blow for them. They see their captain, their leader. He's so important to us as a player in and around the change room, but especially on the park on a Saturday. So we're fingers crossed it won't be too long, but again, having had hamstrings myself, and he's just returned from a hamstring a couple of weeks ago, then yeah, it doesn't look good, but listen, I'm glass half full rather than glass half empty, so fingers crossed.
Oisín Gallagher a big plus today, big plus this week having him back, and then the versatility to play in two positions today.
Yeah, I think he gave the staff a lift, 2 the players a lift, and 3 the supporters a lift. He knows the club well. He did really well last year. Unfortunately, his injury comes back in and slots in as if he's never been away. I thought he was really composed in that midfield area, showed a lot of quality and composure, and then obviously, unfortunately, due to the injury, slots back into centre back. I think it was good that he had 70 minutes under his belt for Lincoln during the week against Barnsley. Now at centre back, he just went in there, and I think him and Connor Teal were good friends previously, so that helped as well. So great to see him back.
And short on numbers again today. Players sort of dropped by the wayside from last weekend. Everybody saw Greg Sloggett go off. Alex Lancashire was struggling by the end of the game, and then Kieran Donnelly in training, I believe, on Monday.
That's right, yeah. Again, we've got a relatively small squad, so these boys are having to be turned out week in, week out. That rotation that a lot of clubs are able to do, we're not able to do. Listen, we're not going to bleat about it, we have to deal with that. But a lot of these lads that have gone out, and as I say, there's probably 2 or 3 boys that had to play 90. I mean, Oisín, ideally you would taken Oisín off after 60, 70 minutes because he's just on the back of a 6-month injury. Frankie Maguire's on his way back. Jordan Richards has played 2 full games off the back of a hamstring tweak himself. So again, yeah, the strength and depth is not particularly there at the moment, but the strength and resilience and belief is absolutely second to none.
And thoughts of the camp with Michael Kelly this week after some sad news?
Yeah, really disappointing news. Our thoughts are with him and his family. Never nice to lose a parent. So sad, and obviously that's more important than football. So we had to allow him to go back up to see his family, and we encourage him to be there for the rest of his family that are up there. It's really, really sad. You don't want to see that in anybody, but our wishes are with him.
But hopefully he and Tommy Fogarty, after his international duty, that should be a couple of players back in the ranks over the coming days.
Again, the 3 boys you talked about, Sloggett, Lancashire and Donnelly, were unsure how long they'll be, maybe 2-3 weeks. But getting Fogarty and Kelly back obviously boosts the bench and the strength in the bench as well, and gives us a little bit more options in there. So really looking forward to that. That'll be a big positive for us.
A goalkeeper coming in that you know well from your old club at Sheffield Wednesday. What does Killian bring to the squad?
Well, first and foremost, I think his experience of playing at this level last year with Rochdale is really important. He's held in high regard over at Hillsborough. So really good. Obviously, Bobby's up at Spennymoor on loan. Harry French come in but was recalled by Leicester, so we needed a replacement, and I think he will put a lot of pressure on Reece in relation to that number 1 jersey. He's looked really bright in training. He's only had a couple of days training, so I think it would have been unfair to throw him straight into today's game, but he'll be breathing down Reece's neck in relation to that number 1 spot.
And a free week, should do some bodies the world of good, hopefully, and then, well, perhaps
free midweek, not a free week.
Yeah, perhaps the toughest home game you could then.
Yeah.
But it's an occasion. It's live on the TV, and who knows?
Listen, it's great to have that build-up, a full build-up to such a big game, of course. Normally it's an opportunity to get more fitness into the team, but I think we're going to have to go the other way and do a lot of recovery work and maybe look at a swimming pool or something for the lads, because the biggest thing for us now is ensuring that we can get a full squad out on Saturday and make sure the best 11 we can get out there is, especially when you're going up against, again, most people's, I would say, favourites for the league. We had a tough time up there in the Cup, but there's a whole new 90 minutes on Saturday, and I think all the boys will be really looking forward to it. Hopefully a big crowd as well, and as you say, live on television.
And just finally, terrific away support, 257 in Greater London on a cold Saturday afternoon in November.
Brilliant. Just talking to the lads from BBC Lincoln there about that. I mean, absolutely outstanding. They stuck with the lads. I mean, we're off the back of a couple of defeats recently, so you could maybe understand a little bit of disappointment or trepidation or the numbers going down, but to bring down that amount of people all the way down here, and listen, the M25 is not a great journey for anybody, but to come down here and they stuck with the team all the way through, cheering them on even when we went a goal behind at half time, and the support at the end there for the lads, absolutely outstanding. Honestly, I can't get over it at this level. It's absolutely brilliant. They've stuck with the lads throughout that 90 minutes and throughout the season up to now, and we'll probably need their backing all the way. So thank you to everybody in the journey.